Hi you guys, thanks for stopping by my channel today. So many of you really responded to the tag in a bag, the little snowman gift card holder that I did a few weeks ago, that I thought we needed to revisit it and do one for the guys. That's right, this is a tag in a bag gift card holder for guys. It's got plaid and wood grain paper. We've even got some suede paper and we've got some metal. That's right, some jingle bells on there. And we've even got a bonus tag. That's right. And if you stick around to the end of the video, I'm going to tell you how you can win either one of these. And all you have to do is like, comment, and subscribe, and you could win. So stick around to the end. I have lots to show you. So let's make some tag in a bag for our guys. Okay, so the first tag we're going to make for our guys' tag holders requires a couple of different papers. So let me grab this first one. This one is Joyful Christmas 6x6 patterned cardstock. It is one of my favorites. I use it all year round because it has all these fantastic plaids. Excuse me, and only a few of them have snowflakes and the rest are just great. As you can see, I used one right there. And we're also going to use Wood and Texture paper pack. This is 8.5 by 11. And it's just great because it has all of these various wood and metal textures. And in fact, it's so great that I even used this white chipped wood one, and that was all I had left. So you get to see my scrap of that one that we are going to use. All right, so for this, returning to the tag in a bag cutting dies, and it is just so versatile. You're going to use it all season long. It's a great investment. You're going to use it all year round. So I highly recommend that. And I'm linking all of these items below the video. All right, so the first thing to do is, because the Wooden Textures paper pack is paper and not cardstock, I went ahead and die cut that. And then I also die cut it from white cardstock and just glued that on there. And a case can be made for covering some paper, gluing it onto white cardstock and putting it through. But I find I waste less paper when I do it this way. And everything's perfectly aligned, so there's no problem to do that. Then I inked the edges. I do it a little more here, black, just to get kind of a nice charcoal edge. Think about it that way. Then I used about a 3.5 inch oval cutting die, and I've got it somewhere on my desk. Here it is. All right, right there. Also inked the edges of that. All right, and now this is going to go right on the top here. Just using my favorite liquid glue. You could use whatever you would like. This is such great double-sided paper, you guys. Come on, there we go. That's gonna go right there. And now we have got this great deer trophy sort of situation going on here. And this is from Foggy Forest chipboard. I'm gonna do some more with this later. Let me know if you guys are interested in some kind of chunky Christmas tags, you know, the kind with lots of stuff on them. They're so great. I've got some great ideas for that as well. So let me know in the comments. Are you interested in some chunky Christmas tags and what I mean by that? So we're going to take a little bit of ink here. I'm going to use some brown ink. We're going to ink the edges and the surface of this little guy. Some people get a little intimidated by just the whiteness of chipboard and, oh no, it's not colored, what do I do? It is the easiest thing. All right, and then just a tiny bit, we're going to leave these antlers mostly just natural color. We're just going to put a little bit on the tips there, and then we're going to go back to that black ink, and we're just going to kind of do the little nose or snout or whatever, just like that, and then a little bit right there. And that's kind of all there is to it, you guys. So we're going to glue this guy right here All right, and then I'm going to be using another cutting die set. This one is Foliage Toolkit, and it's got all of these great little stems and pine boughs and holly and berries and everything. And this one right here I cut from some green cardstock, and this one I cut from some forest green suede paper. And if you're not familiar with suede paper, it's dark green, lovely. It's like fabric suede, okay? And then on the other side it's paper, and it die cuts beautifully, and it gives you a little texture, and I'm going to be using that more. All right, and for this one out of cardstock, I'm just going to put a little bit of green ink. This ink pad's just an old ink pad. I like to use that for just doing like the tips of foliage, just like that, using the surface. All right, and we're going to put a little bit right here. And then we're going to do that suede one. Let's move this up. We want these a little bit different heights, like that. And then from this same toolkit, we've got these berries that I have die cut from some red glitter. Who says red glitter isn't for men? For guys, they love red glitter, don't they? All right, we're going to put a little bit on each one of these and just do a little cluster of berries. You can see where I'm going with this, right? Just like that. All right, that's the front. Now, for the bottom part, I cut the tag from, remember it was on the reverse side of this black plaid. We have a more sort of intense plaid, and I die cut that. Now this is a heavier weight cardstock paper, so I didn't need to back that. I've already attached my card here, and what I did with that is I just took a ruler and an X-Acto knife, craft knife, and I just went click right here and right here. Now you can do this by placing your card here and taking a pencil and just marking it on either side of where the card is going to be. Remove the card, and then just take a ruler and X-Acto knife and cut about 1 inch, okay? And then that'll just slide right in there like that. And we're gonna put one on top of the other, and then we're gonna take some black twine. And I've got little short lengths of twine here. We're going to tie these two together. This is just such an easy little gift card holder to make, and I think that it's just not only fun. Now this one I've just taken and I made a bunch of loops, and then I secured it with a little knot, or you could just take 2 bows and tie them together. And you're just going to do that. We're going to tie that again, just so everything stays together. Now, what I mean by making a bunch of bows, you can either do it like this and do loops back and forth and back and forth, and then just tie a little bit of twine in the center to do what I did, or you could just make a bow like, oops, sorry, wrong kind of bow. You could just make a big bow like this, just like you tie your shoes. Then you kind of straighten it out, and you do like 2 or 3 of those and place them together, and then put them there and knot them together. You just want a lot of fullness there. We're just going to cut these tails just like that. All right. So far, this is what we've got. You just kind of go like that, and you've got your card there. But of course, we need to put a little bit of a greeting there. And I have got some great Dazzle sticker greetings. These are, of course, Merry Christmas. And we've got these in all, they come in a set, and they're just all different kinds of colors. And there's 2 fonts. There's a script and then just more of a modern block one. And I am going to use, I think, these black ones right here on the top. I love that touch of gold on there. And we're just going to use the word Christmas. And I'm going to use, I think, this one right here. I like to use a little pokey tool when I'm dealing with word stickers, and I just kind of pull it up like this, kind of loosen it up all the way across, and then we're just going to go to the middle and pick it up, just like that. I'm going to place that right like that. Okay, there's Christmas, and then we can do Merry at the top. I'm going to do that the same way. This little technique of lifting the stickers up is really good when when you have lots of loops and things like that. Sometimes they get torn, and if you just sort of pry them up on all those little points where they could get torn ahead of time, then you're good. Okay, we're going to put that one right there. All right, so that is our first little tag for guys. All right, now let's move on to the second one, still using the tag in a bag. Of course, the first one we did not use the bag. Now we get to use the bag. So we're going to take both of these dies. There's the tag in the bag. There's the tag. And for this one, I thought about cutting it out of solid cardstock, but I really wanted to cut it out of a large plaid. So I'm sort of mixing paper packs here, cardstock packs. This is Joyful Christmas 12x12 patterned cardstock, and I use this one to make the actual bag, and I use this really nice brown color that's in here. Well, it's this one right here. And I'm telling you guys, buy that and put it in your stash because you are going to use it. So this one I die cut from this really nice brown, and it's got this nice tan in here. Love it. All right, so if you watched the snowman tag in a bag, you may remember how this works. First of all, I went ahead and I inked the edges brown. Okay, that's just a nice little touch. This one's double-sided paper, so it's got a nice little top here. And then we're going to use a little bit of extra sticky tape along the bottom and on one edge. I'm going to turn that over. And the reason I use extra sticky tape is sometimes glue, if you use a little too much, it will seep out, and then portions of the inside of the bag get stuck together, and it's just so sad. And then things become a problem. And this is not going to seep. Oh, crud, I did it the wrong way. Well, that's not very useful. Come on, Monet. It's okay, we can fix it. See, I was talking, I got distracted. All right. Now the backing is stuck to my hand. There we go. That's okay, we're gonna fix it. We're gonna just put a little bit of extra sticky tape at the bottom here. There's really nothing that just can't be fixed in paper crafting. I wish that was true in the world. All right. Okay, it's going to be a problem because the backing is not so good. There we go. All right, we're going to put that on. Now my stripes aren't lining up perfectly, but that's okay. We're going to cover most of this up anyway. So there's our bag. Now we're going to use that oval cutting die one more time. Where did I put it? Here it is. Remember that 3.5 inch oval cutting die? And for that, we're going to cut 2 of those. And we're going to use one with this side and one with this side of the paper. And then for our bag, we are going to, the last time we did this with the snowman, we cut it a little differently. And I'll link that video below this so you guys can refer to that if you haven't seen it. This time we're going to take this. This is a 4 inch wide by 12 inch long strip of white cardstock. And we're going to put this tag so it just runs off the fold, and you're going to run that through your machine. And what you're going to get is this tag that opens at the top. Last time we did it, it opened at the side. Okay, and then from that Wood and Textures paper pack, I have some really nice brown wood. Once again, I'm just going to line this and glue this to the tag front because why not? It saves a little paper. And you just align that just like that. And then we're going to turn that over in case it needs a little trim. All right, so that looks nice. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to ink that edge as well. Okay, so this is the card base, and here's our little tags. We're going to decorate the tag front first. So we're going to put this plaid on this one, and we're going to put this plaid on this one. Remember, they're just on the backs. So this one, we can actually use a little bit of foam tape on this one and kind of lift that up. But I don't want to use foam tape on this one because sometimes if you have foam tape, it kind of makes it difficult to get in and out. So I'm going to grab some of that. And I have a giant roll of foam tape that I use. I'll link that down below as well. It's such a great value to buy it that way instead of the little pieces. And I use a lot. It's a nice little investment to make. All right. And now this one, we're going to go ahead and just glue that on there. So that can just be drying while we're working on the bag front. All right. So coming back to this wonderful little foliage toolkit cutting die, we're going to use these pieces right here and these pieces right here, and then some berries. So for this one, I cut these little pine boughs, and I cut that from olive suede paper, okay, just for another little color difference. And then I also cut out, die cut, some 3 little holly berries. These aren't holly berries, holly leaves. And then I just did this with inking the edge with this dark green. It's kind of a nice forest green. That's how that's going to look. Now you can take a little bit of forest green, and when you're dealing with a lighter green like this olive, you can put a little bit on it like this. But it's actually better if you just take some scrap paper. And we're just going to go like this. And I'm not even sure that this is going to really show up on camera, but there just gives it a nice little detail having a darker end. And I love adding little details. If you want to save a little time, you can definitely skip this step. All right. There we go. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is take these and glue them, because there's definitely a left one and a right one here. We're going to glue them like this so that they're kind of moving away from us, rather the center, like that. Just to give a little, I don't know, it almost looks like there's a little movement or a little something going on here on the front of your tag. And I'm just applying glue to the center stem. We don't need to worry about all the fronds at all. All right, and then we've got these three little, I'm not going to use this one at all, these three little holly leaves. And I like to put a little glue at the widest part of the leaf, like that. Just like that. All right, now we've got some more twine. All right, this is just sort of a natural color twine. And I've got two lengths. They're about 10 inches long. I'm holding them together. I'm just going to tie a bow. And I want these loops nice and long. I'm going to trim those tails a little longer than the loops on the bow. And then we're just going to kind of separate those loops just a little bit. Like that. And we're going to put that right there. All right. And another sweet little detail. Now, if you're mailing this, then you could end right there with how much stuff there is on top of your little bag. But if you're hand delivering this at Christmas, then we can add some jingle bells. And these are adorable. These are 9mm gold jingle bells. I'll put the link down below, and they come in a little bag. And you know what? I'm actually going to hot glue these on here. And we're just going to put them in the center. And here's why I'm using jingle bells. We've got the plaid, and we've got the suede, and we've got the twine. Why not put a little metal on here? Because these are Christmas card holders for guys. All right. It's metal. All right, so there is our adorable little bag. Now we're just going to finish this little part right here. And I've got a little pocket piece that's going to go on the inside. This is just a little scrap of the same plaid that's on the reverse side of this. We used it here. And then I put just a little strip. I used my paper cutter to put a little bit of suede on the top. We are going to put glue down on the sides and along the bottom only. I'm going to put that right there. So a little pocket for the gift card right there. Okay, and we're going to take a little break, and I'm going to prep that next step, and then we're going to come back and finish up. Okay, we are back. So we've got a couple little sprigs here. We're going to use some more of these little circles cut from the red glitter. And we've also got a little Merry Christmas Dazzle stickers. So I think we're going to use, I always kind of have to wait to decide before I put one of these on. I think paper crafts sometimes have a look to them as far as a greeting. I'm never sure until I'm done what it's going to require for a little greeting. I'm going to lift this up. Now this is a really nice loopy one. So this is a good example of why you want to like loosen it up. There we go. Okay, we're going to put this one right here. It's going down a little crooked. That's okay. We can kind of lift that back up. Try again. There we go. We're going to do these little sprigs right here. these little adorable red glitter little circles for berries, which I love to add a little bit of glitter. I want a bigger one than that. Oops, some of my paper backing is getting out of hand. There we go. Don't want to see the end of my stem there. That looks so cute. I like that. And then on the inside, we can't let that go unadorned here. We're going to take these 2 holly leaves, put them right like that. Oops. And we're going to just pop out a couple of these berries. And put them right here. So this is a good time for me to tell you guys about how you can win one of these little gift cards for your very own. I forgot to put some ribbon on that, but I will do that in a minute. Yeah, so all you need to do is like this video. You're going to like, comment, and subscribe. And see, it's going to go right in here. And let me know if you what you guys think of these. If you want to have another video doing some kind of chunky gift tags, we can do that as well for on top of your wrapped presents. That would be really fun. And anyway, back to what I was saying, like, comment, and subscribe. And then we're going to pick one of you to get one of these adorable little gift card holders for guys, okay? And when you find out that you've won it, you have to watch next week's video, and your name will be inside of that video as the announcement. And then you have to email me and say, hey, I won that, and I want the tag in a bag, or I want the 2 tag one, and you can let me know, and I will send this to you, minus the gift card, that's mine. And you can use it for Christmas. You can keep it, or you can share it with a friend. So you guys, thanks so much for joining me today. I always have so much doing these videos and sharing with you. If you like this video, thumbs up would be helpful. As I said, comment and subscribe. And I'm going to see you next time. Bye-bye.